So casual racism, huh?
I'm sorry, what?
So when we were at the store getting you cupcakes because of a pregnancy craving that you had, I was dropping some eaves.
Yeah.
I like dropping eaves.
I love dropping the eaves.
In public. It's fun.
Yep.
I like to completely make up stories and like take sides of things that I do not know the context of. For example, I looked up and saw an old man wearing a Trump 2024 hat that looked really ragged. Like the hat was like well used.
Gross.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure he's been having a fun couple weeks. And like I heard him say to the cashier, like they're from Philly.
No, he said Pittsburgh.
So, excuse me, Pennsylvania.
I was listening to that too because I heard him talking about Pittsburgh, and I was like,
I don't know why my brain automatically autocorrects Pittsburgh to Philadelphia in my head. I don't know why.
Do that.
No, I know, and I've done it for 2 weeks in a row on Cow Juice Movies, and like it's not funny, and people do not appreciate it.
No, but okay, as someone who really loves Philadelphia sports,
Yeah.
probably. Like, if you're gonna be like, oh, it's the shittier of the place, probably Philly is actually
Philly is probably actually. Yeah.
the worst one.
Well, it's
Yeah.
got King Street, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the name of the street where like all the heroin addicts hang out?
Ew.
Anyways, so yeah, this is old dude Trump hat. Not that means anything, but why leave it out of the story? It means something because he's saying like they're from Pittsburgh. It's a city in Philadelphia.
You mean
And,
a
like,
city in Pennsylvania?
Whatever. See, I keep doing it. And he points over to a couple of Asian Americans.
Oh, I missed that part. I overheard him talking about Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And I was like, oh yeah, Pittsburgh.
And they were
blah,
doing
blah, blah.
the ha ha smile. The yeah. And I know exactly what question was asked without knowing what question was asked, which is, where are you from? Because they're Asian people in Montana. Now, here's where the flip of it goes, right? Is that he then thinks it's the funniest shit in the world that they answered Pittsburgh, right? Because, well, that's not what he fucking meant. That's not what he meant. But, so he's, like, he's laughing and giddy.
Yeah, I heard him laughing and getting like the checker.
They say they're from fucking big Pittsburgh.
The checker looked clearly
confused and just like
upset.
Yeah,
and I never saw her face
because as everybody should. But then like the dude did that thing that like old fucking ignorant people do, ignorant boomers do. Which is, they then immediately turn it into, well, you have a good time. Montana's a great state. You have a good time here. Right? So it's just like, yeah, you were horrifically racist, like, and assumed immediately that they were not from around here.
Not from this country.
I wouldn't ask anybody where they're from. One, I don't talk to people, but two...
I mean, one, if I did, literally it would because there would be a context clue of, like, they said something where I'm like, oh, you're probably from, like, New York City.
Yeah.
Or, or, like, I don't know, they have a British accent, so I'm like, oh, are you from Britain?
Yeah, and I'm from fucking Wales.
Yeah, something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But there would have to be,
also,
like, enough of a context clue that I would want to ask them that question.
How about this? How about not a person that is standing behind you at a grocery store?
Oh, no, I'm never going to...
Yeah, exactly. Had no idea who these people were, but immediately, where are you from? Fucking sees Asian people, and it's just like, I don't know, like, it's something that I've brought up a lot. Stop Asian hate. It's very near and dear to my heart.
Oh, yeah.
For many reasons. One of them being that, like, my fucking
Your
father
Korean
figure.
father.
My father is Korean. And, like, that makes sense if you listen to Cow Juice Movies. New episodes every week. This week we talked about the bear. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I was just like, hey, I got our cold open. Is because I heard that of just the casual racism that you just don't hear anymore unless you're on the deep dives of TikTok. Welcome to the
Well,
podcast, folks.
No, you don't have to go very far on Twitter either.
Not really. I really don't look at Twitter anymore because like it is really filled with a lot of vitriol.
I do only because
You're part of a Montana
I'm
group,
part
right?
of a really niche, like, we're all over Montana, but we're like Montana Twitter. And
Yeah.
We're always like fucking ragging on giant fuckface.
It's where you learned
and
that we're
stuff.
getting a satanic temple charter, right?
Yeah.
Buffalo Temple.
Plus, because of Montana Twitter, I'm friends with the owner of our local sex shop, who is the coolest fucking guy.
Yeah, him and his brother. His brother.
They both work with holes. His
yeah.
brother has a donut shop.
They both work with holes and fill them with cream. His brother owns a local donut shop. It's called Granny's Donuts. It's the fucking
best donuts.
It's honestly like if you do come to Bozeman, Montana, it is a like destination that you have to hit. It is wonderful. It shits all over Voodoo Donuts and their like faux small town feel. Like it's so wonderful. And Erotique is great too.
Erotique is also
yeah. Support
really
local
great.
businesses. Get a fleshlight from a fucking local business.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, folks.
That was a weird turn. It got all turny.
Oh, whatever.
You're-
How have you
you're
been,
fine.
Allie?
Pregnant. How are you?
Yeah.
I
Adjacently pregnant?
yeah. I feel bad because, so I guess he's not my boss anymore.
Someone got a new job.
I got a new job. I got a really nice new job.
Yeah.
But my previous boss, really, really nice guy. But he would always ask me, in the morning when he saw me, especially because this first trimester has been very hard.
Yeah.
He's like, "How are you?" And usually my mood would be, instead of like good, I'd be like nauseous. And he's like, "That's not a mood." And I was like, "Josh, I'm pregnant. It is now."
It's a mood.
I was like, "I'm pregnant. It is now a mood."
Yeah, it's the color of like lemon lime on a mood ring.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, "It's a mood now."
Yeah.
But that, like, when I wasn't as nauseous, sometimes it would be like, "How are you?" Pregnant.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my mood now. I'm pregnant.
That's fair. It has been very hot. Got up to 97 yesterday. It's been 94 for the last month and a half. That's not an exaggeration.
94 with high humidity, which is not normal.
But not for Montana.
Not for Montana. And so it's just disgusting.
It is. You know what's fun, though? Is hearing from people of, well, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
That's been a Montana trope since Montana
That is
started.
everywhere that there are dads that wear sandals. That is
That's
every
fair.
fucking state, and it's awful, and I hate it, and I cringe. It's like the live, laugh, love of, like, jokes that people make at me.
Triple L.
I hate it. So, for those of you that don't know, when it comes to interior design and, like, t-shirts and shit, I like images. Anytime you add text to that, I fucking immediately hate
I
it.
always think of you with that TikTok account where she's like,
Sugar.
"Oh, yeah, oh, this would look really nice in my kitchen."
Bake. Yeah, like it's adding letters or words to something does not make it kitschy or cute. It's awful.
It ruins it.
ruins design. T-shirts, just put fucking Garfield on the shirt. Do not put "I hate Mondays but love lasagna." Fuck you. Just put Garfield on the shirt. I don't know why I chose Garfield specifically.
I don't know either, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not
like,
gonna stop you.
I mean, it's the same thing as like I know I'm coming for some people. We're gonna get some emails about this.
Oh.
And that is, if you have like fucking proverbs and idioms and shit on your walls of "May you enter as strangers and leave as friends."
Yeah.
I fucking hate you. I hate you, and I don't think you have an eye for design.
Also, let's be real. You're probably white.
You're super white, first of all. And, like, fucking just put up fun pictures and shit. Or goofy stuff. Allie and I spent $100 at Michael's buying nothing but retro Halloween decorations.
Between the two of us.
Yeah, between the two of us. And decorated the shit out of our bathroom. I have more stuff on the way to make it a early 1900s spiritualism vibe. And I'm very excited about it. It's going to be the bathroom that we're going to bathe our son in, which is hilarious. He's going to be such a weird kid.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be the kid that's going to be decked out in nothing but dinosaur gear.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
whose
dude.
parents got married on Halloween. Of
Fuck
course
yeah,
he's going to be a weird
dude.
kid.
Fuck yeah, dude. not only that, he's just going to be very knowledgeable about horror movies. A little too young. We'll be responsible about it. I'm definitely going to be responsible about it.
Oh, I am too.
Because I certainly saw things too early that I really shouldn't have.
Same.
Yeah. But anyways, other than that, you got a new job. You feeling good? Feeling fun? Frisky?
No, Frisky's not.
No. I was just
No.
having fun with the F words.
Okay. I was like, I'm, we
Fun, frisky, and free.
We glossed over free. Yes.
Yeah. Dobby
Fun maybe.
has a sock.
Dobby is a free elf. I don't know about Frisky considering I waddle now, so I can't.
That's so fun.
Even
You're so adorable
I can't
as a
even
pregnant
run.
lady. I love it. It's so cute. I don't know if you know that.
I don't.
You've said that for years. That you're going to make a really cute pregnant lady, and you were fucking right.
I was right.
You're so cute as a pregnant lady.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's hard to see it myself because
It's so
feeling it
cute.
is.
I bet it's awful. I
a
have
thing.
got to tell you, I love being biologically male. Like it's like being cis male. It's a treat because God, are there a lot of privileges that come with it?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Oh my God!
I get winded brushing my teeth.
Nobody bothers me at a hardware store.
I literally had a conversation.
Did I trigger you? Was there some trauma there?
Yes, there was some trauma there. I literally just had a conversation with a patient today on my last day about how, because she was like, oh yeah, she's looking for a new car. It's this whole thing. I've been giving her what advice I have.
Carvana.
And, but she was like, yeah, I have to take my husband with me when I go because I got swindled into buying a car I didn't even want.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I feel that. My husband has to take my car to the mechanic.
Yeah.
Well, not the mechanic, like, trust my mechanic. Anytime I want an oil change,
Yeah.
I can't take it.
I think that's going to be like my end of summer project is learning how to change our oils myself.
Yeah,
Just to
it
make
would
it
save
easy.
us a lot of money.
Yeah,
and
save us like $25
Yeah.
to 40.
well, and then I wouldn't have to deal with the fact that I can't take my car.
You would
in
just have your big strong man to do it.
to take. I literally every time they upcharge
It's also something
me,
I can teach our future son.
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah. I'm tired of getting upcharged, or where they're like, "Oh, we changed your blinker fluid," and it's like, I'm not a fucking idiot.
yeah.
I know enough about cars to know what it needs and what it doesn't need. I don't need you to do all this extra shit it didn't need.
Yeah, but you got like lady parts and shit, and like
Just because I got big, giant, literal mommy milkers now
big old knock. It's just state droopers.
does not mean you need to overcharge me to change my blinker fluid.
Yeah. Speaking of mommy milkers,
Dude, they hurt.
do we want to get into it?
Oh, sure.
I feel like that's a good catch up.
Sorry. I was going to go on a rant. Yeah.
This is
let's
fun.
do it.
I genuinely think that it would be fun to have like a small little pregnancy podcast where we just discuss how you're doing. But, you know, I think
It would just be...
it's been 13 minutes and I think it's fun. I love that we have little tiny like
Yeah.
couple shit like
Yeah.
in the front of this. And
Yeah.
it seems like other people enjoy it. Steve says it's his favorite part.
Aww.
I know. Shout
Hi,
out to
Steve.
Steve, co-host of the Cow Juice Movies podcast.
Chad says from dad.
Yeah, my Korean father.
Yep. I definitely, like, I don't know if we could have a podcast about pregnancy because it would just be me bitching.
And then me like being
Yeah.
like, I gained another 5 pounds. We keep
Yeah.
eating so
I-
much comfort food.
My running joke is they told me it was a miracle. Oh, God, that hurt. Fuck.
Did he just kick?
Yeah, really hard.
Cool. He's telling you to fucking stop
God.
talking about him behind his back.
I know.
That's fun.
Well, he went from like 0 to 60. It was like, oh, these feel like someone's flicking me.
It's called the quickening.
To motherfucker.
When the baby starts. So, like, fun fact. I've been re-listening to the Donner Party
I
episode, which
love
is a
that.
favorite
Yeah.
of mine because it's one part horror, one part history,
Yeah.
which isn't all. Isn't
Don't fuck with it.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good. Okay, that was scary. Fucking plate. I might just leave these off.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Anywho, No, I love the history ones because Marcus gets so
super into it. Well, like history's fun, dude. Like, I really want to do like just a straight up history of just like, and I think I know the route to go with that. And I'm going to talk about it actually in this episode.
There are a few history mysteries that I definitely want to cover.
History mysteries are fun. I honestly think the Natalie Wood disappearance would be fun.
Dude, yeah.
A lot of big names in that story.
A lot of big names.
The Sharon Tate murders, obviously. Anything involving the Manson murders. But
I probably couldn't do the Sharon Tate murders until I'm not pregnant.
Oh, that's totally fair. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Because it's the murder of a pregnant woman.
Yeah, I kind of want you to watch Rosemary's Baby, even though we're not allowed to enjoy Roman Polanski films.
Fair.
I think it's like the one that you should see because it was so important for film, and then but keep in mind it's just like, well, fuck the guy who made this. I don't believe in separating art from artists. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
It's very hard for me because like I feel like that's you picking and choosing, like cherry picking what type of abuse you think is okay.
It totes is. It's like being like, oh yeah, OJ's a fuck, but man, I loved his cameo in Naked Gun.
Holy shit. Well, Nordberg is hilarious. Well, there's an example of cherry picking for me. I love the Naked Gun movies. He didn't make them. So, oh God, now I'm a hypocrite.
I think you're fine as long as you're not like, oh, the Naked Gun is my favorite because of OJ.
No, so there you go. It's like a musician, like say R. Kelly. Like it's a little different because that's all R. Kelly, right? Woody Allen, he made the movie. It's all Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roman Polanski, really hard because he made the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Louis C.K., huge fucking creep. Huge. Yeah, but anyways, The Naked Gun, I think is fun to watch because it's just like, that's fucking OJ. Everybody's pretending that he's a nice guy.
Can we applaud me for a minute for remembering
that OJ was in the Naked Gun?
That OJ was in the Naked Gun.
Good for you, pregnancy brain.
Good job, pregnancy brain.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
okay, let's get into it.
So, the quickening.
Oh, yeah.
So, women on, the Oregon Trail and, the Donner Party Trail and everything, right? Which, half of the crew did take the Oregon Trail, so fun fact. Most women did not know that they were pregnant until the quickening happened.
Well, yeah.
Because, on the trail, you couldn't really take care of yourself, as far as, period flow or, anything cleaning up and stuff like that.
Well,
so
a lot of modern day period stuff wasn't invented until the fucking 50s.
Correct. If things just sort of stopped working, you kind of didn't question it. You were just sort of like, oh, I guess that's over now, right now.
And also, your period goes away when you're malnourished.
Yeah,
because I was
gonna bring that up.
Dangerous to be fucking bleeding.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
If you're starving.
So it was normal for periods to come and go, not be on a regular routine, right? Yeah. Especially on a trail like that.
Yeah.
Not to mention all sorts of factors. But anyway, so women wouldn't know that they were pregnant until the baby started kicking, right? And that was called the quickening. And one of the fun facts about the Donner Party is that in the journals, there's this huge list of all the women sharing different abortion techniques. And all sorts of things. One of them was called high exercise, where they would put the woman on the shoulders of a large man and he would just start sprinting and bouncing until the woman just didn't have a baby anymore. Yeah, dude. Because first-term abortions were not considered sacrilege. They weren't considered a problem until 1942 when the Bible was re-released. That's also the first time that the Bible had the word homosexual in it. Fun fact. Usually, the word that homosexual is in place of was masturbator. But there are too many masturbators in church, so, you can't lose all of them. So anyway, fun fact about that. Yeah.
That makes my womb hurt.
Speaking of wombs, let's move on to our subject of the day. I promised last week that this would be a cryptid.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go a little bit fun. We've been a little bit, a little serious lately.
Yeah, sorry, but
it's okay. You just had a huge backlog, and we powered through it. It's fantastic. I love that the 8-Day Bride was the one we ended on. It's a very solid.
I think I have 2 more, but we can circle
sparse them
back.
out.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So in today's episode, we will be covering a creature of some great renown. It is a beast that has been called hairy, monstrous, shiver-inducing, and oddly human-like. It is a creature that has pervaded the American imagination and consciousness since its first sighting in 1973. Can you guess who I'm talking about?
I can.
Who is it?
It's Bigfoot, baby.
That's right. It's the Enfield Monster.
Oh, yeah.
I did that on purpose. Gotcha. I said it was going to be Bigfoot, and I changed it because there's a lot about Bigfoot, but most of it is stupid. This one's more fun.
Oh.
Otherwise known as the Enfield Horror, and not to be confused with the Enfield Poltergeist, which is to be considered not only the most haunted happening in England's history, even to this day, but was also the inspiration for The Conjuring 2, also an episode we are certainly doing one day.
Yeah, that case is fascinating.
It was the Menarche. It's a young girl on her period. It's the first period. Yep, we talked about it with Popper the Poltergeist.
We did. I also mentioned that menopause also can cause poltergeist.
Yeah.
Similar
The creative power of women.
Hormonal situation, which is interesting because, like, as a pregnant person,
you have creation magic in you.
Quite hormonal.
Yeah.
Quite hormonal.
I'm surprised happenings haven't started happening.
Yeah. I'm just saying the fact that pregnancy isn't also like this could cause poltergeist is like, I'm sorry, what?
All right. What the fuck was that?
That sounded healthy.
The Enfield Horror is a cryptid, very American in its concept. Not only in the tales of sightings, but also the research and science that came out due to its suggested existence.
You said doo-doo.
Alien, demon, or genetic mutation. The Enfield Horror, encountered, of course, in Enfield, Illinois, is one of the absolute strangest creatures ever to be chronicled in cryptozoological lore. Excuse me. The bizarre string of events that would eventually stir the small Illinois towns of Enfield into a frenzy of fear began on the chilly night of April 25th, 1973, when a young boy named Greg Garrett claimed to have been attacked by a truly bizarre beast while playing in his backyard. The child described the being as having no less than 3 legs, grayish slimy skin, short claws, and reddish eyes. The creature apparently stamped on the boy's feet with his own 3! Apparently clawed, foot-like appendages, tearing his tennis shoes to shreds. Greg, crying hysterically, wasted no time scurrying away from the fiend and back into the relative safety of his parents' house.
Okay.
Although young Greg's encounter was technically the first on record, the one that brought this creature to notoriety came just a half hour later when Garrett's neighbor, one Henry McDaniel, and his family had their own face-to-face encounter with this unbelievable entity. Any of you familiar with the Enfield Horror, this is the story everybody turns to.
Gotcha. So no, it's not Greg. It's Greg's neighbor.
Greg was the first one to see it in the neighborhood.
Gotcha.
But the story of Henry McDaniel and his family is definitely one of the most, yes, it's the bigger story. They had more interaction with the creature.
It's the BFD.
Yes. At about 9:30 in the evening, the McDaniels returned home to find 2 of their children, Henry Jr. and Lil.
Well, just Lil?
L-I-L. So,
Phil and Lil.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Lillian?
Probably.
Probably not Lil Jon. Lil
Wayne?
Yeah. The children were in a terrified stupor. The children claimed that a thing had tried to break into the house through the door and the window-mounted air conditioner while their parents were gone. It was then that they all heard a scratching sound at the front door. Assuming that it was some sort of stray animal, a skeptical Henry McDaniel cavalierly approached the door and yanked it open. What he saw before him would have shaken even the most courageous man to the core.
Peas paints.
No, he shit though.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't write it in here, but he did.
There was defecation.
There's a lot of defecation. Everybody shit. There, standing on his stoop, was the same red-eyed monstrosity that had terrified his own children and assailed the Garrett child less than an hour before. McDaniel backed away from the entity in horror, slammed the door, stumbled to a nearby closet, and retrieved a flashlight and his .22 pistol.
Oh, I thought he was just going to get in the closet.
Just leaving his family. It's like George Costanza pushing the old lady. Yeah. Fire!
Yeah.
While his horrified family waited, Henry returned to the door. I mean, he did leave his family.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought he was just going to, the way I pictured it, is like, you know, those houses where they've got like the front door and then there's like a closet nearby.
Yeah.
I pictured it like that, where you open the door, close the door, open the closet door, and then just backed in and closed the door behind him.
Right. Yeah. While his horrified family waited, Henry returned to the door and, with the conviction of a man dead set on defending his family and home.
Stand your ground right!
Standing your ground and holding the line!
Ugh.
Hold the line. Threw it back open, revealing that his first vision of this unbelievable beast had not been a hallucination.
Oh.
Later, McDaniel described the creature to the police. It had three... let's see. Well, this is Illinois, so...
Or Chicago?
Enfield's a little more north, but it had 3 legs on it. A short body, 2 little short arms coming out of its breast area, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood 4.5 feet tall, and it was grayish color. It was trying to get into the house.
Okay, but you know, since this is the 70s, the flashlights were like the mag lights.
Oh, God, yeah. Big old
like,
silver. Yeah, look cheap, but they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. McDaniels opened fire on the creature, hitting it immediately.
Oh my God!
It's blam! So anyways, I started blasting.
Fired.
And I missed.
And I missed.
But instead of falling to the ground wounded or dead, the horrible thing merely hissed like a wildcat at the frightened homeowner. Henry, who had fired 4 shots at the thing, assured anyone who asked that he had not missed. Yeah, I did not miss. Literally, the quote is, "When I fired that first shot, I know I hit it. I did not miss. How dare you? I did not miss."
Like a popsicle.
I missed. Then, as unbelievable as it may seem, McDaniel claimed that the zoological oddity then tore off into the night.
Yeah, you fucking shot it!
Yeah, covering an area of approximately 50 feet in a series of just 3 astonishing leaps, before disappearing into the brush along the L&N Railroad embankment in front of his house.
For having 3 legs, she's swift.
She's swift. Honey is swift. McDaniels promptly called the local authorities, but when Illinois state troopers who responded to the call arrived at the scene, the only evidence of the encounter that remained were a series of scratches in the siding of the McDaniels' home and dog-like footprints in the yard. What made the prints so unusual, however, was the fact that they had 6 toe pads. And even more intriguingly, that they represented a 3-footed animal, with one track being slightly smaller than the others.
Maybe it was just a really large tripod polydactyl cat.
Maybe it did hiss.
Yeah.
When it got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a Maine Coon.
It's just a Maine Coon, polydactyl Maine Coon.
Just a fucked up Maine Coon.
Missing a leg.
Yeah. If McDaniel believed that this
he's got pink eye.
If McDaniel believed that his encounters with the unknown were a thing of the past, he would soon realize that he was sadly mistaken. When, on the eve of May 6th, he was startled awake in the dead of night by the howling of some neighborhood dogs. McDaniel pulled himself out of bed, once again claimed his firearm. I'm sorry, I understand that he's pretty shaken up. It's only been like a week and a half since the event, because the event happened April 25th, I think. Yeah, April 25th. This is May 6th. So I get it, he's probably still a little bit on edge, but to just immediately grab a gun when the dogs start barking, I don't know, man.
This is America.
It is Illinois. McDaniels promptly called... Oh, sorry, excuse me.
He grabbed his gun.
Let's see.
Oh, fuck you, YouTube.
McDaniel pulled himself out of bed, once again claimed his firearm, and with what must have been great trepidation, opened his front door. Just immediately, blam, blam, blam. No, he didn't. No,
Shoots the neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, that was mean.
That was mean.
This time his... Oh, God, my leg? Better?
That better.
This time his encounter with the creature would not be so intimate. He claims he watched the thing at some distance, languidly negotiating the trestles of the railroad tracks near his home.
Oh.
I saw something moving out on the railroad track, and there it stood. It didn't shoot at it or nothing. It started on down the railroad track. It wasn't in a hurry or nothing.
Well, yeah, because you didn't shoot it this time.
Yeah. As is always the case with astounding events such as this, it wasn't long before the press got wind of the weirdness and came out in full force. but it wasn't until McDaniel's second report that the media frenzy truly kicked into overdrive. Now, that actually makes a lot of sense, because him saying that it was just calmly walking by, you can kind of establish yourself to it, and it doesn't become as much of a danger, right?
I mean, also...
Now it's the thing in the distance that you might have seen.
Yeah. Also, I don't know, weird guess, but maybe shooting something
Yeah.
is antagonizing.
I don't... gosh, I don't know. Sure.
Just,
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. White County Sheriff Roy Pochard Jr. Was so perturbed by the sudden influx of press and curiosity seekers, not to mention the alarm that was settling in on the locals, he threatened to incarcerate McDaniel if he didn't stop inciting panic by spreading his wildly terrifying tale.
Oh,
just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. To make matters worse, well-armed posses of amateur monster hunters, because there always are,
Yep.
began patrolling the area near the L&N railroad track sightings. It was on one such expedition that 5 young men allegedly had run in with a creature identical to the one that Garrett and McDaniel encountered, with the notable addition being that they described this thing as being hairy.
Oh.
Yeah, if you remember, it was,
there was
more
never,
slimy and gray.
Yeah.
The men discovered the beast hiding in the underbrush and proceeded to open fire on it.
God, quit shooting this poor thing.
But, much like in the McDaniel case, their bullets were unable to cause mortal injury, and the monster bolted off at a speed that the eyewitnesses surmised was greatly in excess of anything that a human being could achieve.
Huh.
Say we discover Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Are you in can't kill it or can't, study it?
Oh my god. Preserve it? Study it?
What do you mean preserve it?
Like, preserve its habitat, keep it safe.
Gotcha. Conservation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, don't fucking kill it.
I'm on camp eat it. I want to taste what its fucking leg meat tastes like. I want to see the big old feet. Stir fry it with some eggs. Anyways, the final... I am camp leave it alone,
Yeah.
personally. The Sasquatch episode that we will inevitably do, I'm going to get very emotional about it because I do believe in Sasquatch and
Yeah.
I do fucking, I worry about him.
Have you listened to Finding Bigfoot yet?
Not yet, I need to still.
Did you put it in your
I did.
queue at least?
It's downloaded.
Cute.
Yeah. The final I almost have a podcast every day that I listen to, and
That's
since
awesome.
I'm training, I only get to listen to one.
Oh,
really.
yeah.
So it's a slow roll, but I promise Finding Bigfoot is happening.
Yeah, whenever you get a chance. It's highly recommend to anybody out there that wants a good podcast. That it's a anthropological view on Bigfoot.
Fun.
And I adore the ever-living shit out of it. But I love anthropology, so...
Let's see. The final eyewitness to this improbable creature was Rick Rainbow,
Oh.
the news director of radio station WWKI in Kokomo,
I
Indiana.
thought you were going to say...
Hi there, Rick Rainbow coming at you live from WWKI in Kokomo, Indiana.
really was waiting for you to say Astley.
Rick Astley.
I don't know why, but I was like waiting for it.
He and 3 other unnamed individuals claim to have seen a gray, stooping, 5-foot-tall entity lurking outside an abandoned house not far from the Garrett and McDaniels homes.
What is this, Coast to Coast?
I know. God, fuck. And I listened to a lot of Coast to Coast
Did
about
you?
this. Yeah.
I have never actually listened to Coast
It's
to Coast.
fun. It's very fun because everybody takes it seriously.
Yeah, I guess I have, but what I've heard from Coast to Coast is literally clips that other people have put in their podcasts
sure, yeah.
of Coast to Coast clips.
Yeah. I don't want to pay for it because it's a subscription, but
Yeah.
fuck, it's fun. Let's see. Although they did not have nearly as close, or for that matter, harrowing an encounter as the previous sets of witnesses,
Did they not try to shoot it this time?
apparently not.
Think
Rainbow
so.
and his crew did manage to do one thing that the others had not. Tape record the monster's disturbing scream.
Ugh.
It was then noted that cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman, who, I gotta tell you, dude, this is the part where things get a little weird, because all cryptids are somehow connected to each other. Whether or not you believe in the whole goblin universe theory,
Yeah.
you believe that like cryptids are actually like it's like the same energy as ghosts. Like it's just weird manipulations, whether wrinkles in time and space, whatever, right? All cryptids are really the same, and they're all hunted by the same 4 guys. All of them look exactly like me. just short and fat and just like big old walrus mustaches. The big difference is I still have hair. None of these men do.
This sounds like they need their own Discovery Channel show.
A lot of them do. So finding Bigfoot is one of these guys' things. Anyways, Lauren Coleman arrived on the scene to investigate the eyewitnesses' claims as well as the sound recording. Coleman.
The name does sound really familiar.
Yeah,
actually, now that you say it.
It should, and I'll tell you why, and it might make sense.
Okay.
Coleman also heard the haunting cry of the creature while searching an area where eyewitnesses claimed to have seen the thing. I traveled to... Lauren Coleman. He's more of a... I traveled to Enfield to interview the witnesses, looked at the sighting of the house. The Enfield Monster had damaged. Heard some strange screeching... deep breaths. Screeching banshee-like sounds and walked away bewildered. And also, all of his bees sound like that.
William Burnfree.
Yeah. In the July 1974 edition of Fate magazine, Lauren Coleman and Jerome Clark featured the Enfield Horror in an article entitled "Swamp Slobs Invade Illinois." Coleman even chronicled discussing this intriguing case with famed paranormal investigator as well as best-selling author of the Mothman Prophecies, John A. Keel. In his book, Mothman and Other Curious Encounters, which we are 100% doing a Mothman episode. I already promised it to Allie.
Yerp.
She gets to lead that one.
Yerp.
And honestly, your research is better than mine, so like I'm so excited for that episode.
I'm...
Can we watch the movie? Have you ever seen the movie with Richard Gere?
No.
It's fun. It's not great, but it's fun.
Well, I kind of blame that on Richard Gere.
Oh, yeah? You don't like Richard Gere?
No, I'm not a fan.
No? Chicago, isn't it?
Honestly...
Pretty Woman? What is it?
It's Pretty Woman.
Really? Because he's so gaslighty and weird and manipulative?
Yeah. Like, Julia Roberts carried that whole fucking movie.
You know how that movie was supposed to end? He fucking kicks her out of the limo and the movie just ends.
Yeah.
Like, after everything, he just kicks her the fuck out and just like, fucking leave, bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, I didn't like him in Chicago either, but I have a lot of problems with most of the casting in Chicago.
Yeah.
There's like maybe 3 people in there that I'm like, yeah.
Queen Latifah, John C. Reilly, and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yep. Those are it.
That's it.
Everybody else, I'm like, wah.
Yes. This Coleman. Yeah, okay, so this is Coleman talking.
Mothman Prophecies.
This reminds me of my exchange with Keel in 1973 when we were discussing the news reports out of Illinois from Enfield. On April 25th, 1973, Mr. and Mrs. Henry McDaniel returned to their home, and Henry had an encounter with a thing that looked like it had 3 legs, 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights, and short arms, and a 4.5 feet tall and grayish-colored body, incredibly long penis, I made that up, along with the outlet and railroad tracks in front of his house. God, it had a penis on it. Most cryptids are incredibly well endowed. Anyways, years later, Coleman would contrast his Enfield investigation with another he conducted regarding a legendary creature that many assume was also from an alien origin.
Oh.
A melon-headed monster known as the Dover Demon.
Oh, yeah.
The Dover Demon, for those of you unaware, was a small humanoid reported in Dover, Massachusetts. The subject of its own scare in the 1970s as well. Reminiscent of an alien gray, except that it has rosy tan-colored skin instead of gray, the Dover Demon had a large head on a small stick-like body. It can be bipedal, but it often travels on all 4s or switches back and forth between the 2 modes of locomotion. It has eyes that glow, usually orange, or sometimes green. It does. I love those things in like cryptid descriptions because it's just like, so nothing. Nothing. You're making... Okay, so I was watching a Monster Quest episode of the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to do a Jersey Devil episode.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Benjamin Franklin is involved. It's going to be its own fucking... Yeah. Benjamin Franklin is involved for the fame of the Jersey Devil.
Huh.
I know. It's its own episode. But anyways, there was this Monster Quest episode. It was just like, the one fascinating thing about the Jersey Devil is it seems as though everybody has a different description of it. And it's just like, so that means it's fucking fake, right? No, that's not proof of anything. If anything, that goes against everything.
Yeah.
I love it. Anyway, this is the fun stuff in cryptids. It does not seem to wear any clothing, and unlike the Greys, the Dover Demon does not seem to be associated with any UFOs. It just wanders around on its own.
Oh, he's lost.
I know. Cryptozoologists seldom show interest in the Dover Demon. Mainstream cryptozoologists are rarely willing to seriously investigate humanoids other than hairy humanoids. It seems that sightings only happen during a short time period, with most claiming that sightings have now ceased, so the Dover Demon does not seem to be a pressing matter.
Maybe it died.
Yeah, here is a small, all of this is connected, I promise. So, the bizarre tale of the Dover Demon begins at 10:32 p.m. on April 21st as three 17-year-olds, Bill Bartlett, Mike Mazzacca, and Andy Brody, are driving north on Farm Street. Bartlett, who's behind the wheel of the Volkswagen, spots something creeping along a low wall of loose stones on the side of the road.
Ugh.
At first, he thinks that the image is a dog or a cat until he shines his headlights on it and realizes it's nothing he's ever seen before. Kind of like when I drove up and flashed my high beams on a fucking mountain lion.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the most like, oh my fucking god.
It was just like,
I don't believe what I'm fucking looking
Hold
at right
up.
now, but I'm looking at a fucking mountain lion. And like the 911 call was great. It's just
Yeah.
like, are you sure it's not just like a large dog or something?
No.
I was just like, I'm looking it right in the eyes. It is a fucking mountain lion.
Right in the hairy eyeball.
Yeah. The figure slowly turns its head and stares into the light. Its two large, round, glassy, lidless eyes shining brightly like two orange marbles. Its watermelon-shaped head, resting on top of a thin neck, is the size of the rest of its body. Except for its oversized head, the creature is thin, with long, spindly arms and legs, and large hands and feet. The skin is hairless and peach-colored, and appears to have a rough texture, like wet sandpaper, Bartlett subsequently tells Lauren Coleman. Standing no more than 3.5 to 4 feet tall, the figure is shaped like a baby's body with long arms and legs. It has been making its way along the wall, its long fingers curling around the rocks, when the car lights surprised it. Unfortunately, neither of Bartlett's companions saw the creature. The sighting lasts only a few seconds, and before Bartlett can speak, the car leaves the scene. Then the creature is just fucking gone. Bartlett drops his friends off and goes to the Walpole Street home, his Walpole Street home. Visibly upset, he walks through the door, and his father asks him what's wrong. Bartlett tells him the story and later sketches what he's seen. I will show you after all of this, and you can put it on the Instagram.
Okay.
Around midnight, 15-year-old John there's another story of this, by the way. The reason why I'm telling you all these is that they're incredibly similar to the Enfield horror. Around midnight, 15-year-old John Baxter leaves his girlfriend Kathy Cronin's house at the south end of Miller High Road. Then Baxter starts walking up the street on his way home.
The same place?
Yes.
Okay.
Half an hour later, this is all in Dover.
Okay.
Half an hour later, after he walked about a mile, he observed someone approaching him. Because the figure is short, Baxter assumes it's an acquaintance of his, M.G. Bouchard, who lives on the street. John calls out and no response. Baxter and the figure continue to approach each other until the latter finally stops. Baxter then halts as well and asks, "Who is that?" The sky is dark and overcast, and he can only see a shadowy form. Trying to get a better look, Baxter takes one step forward, and the figure scurries off to the left, running down a shallow wooded gully and up the opposite bank. As the figure runs, Baxter hears its footsteps on the dry leaves. He follows the figure down the slope, and then stops and looks across the gully. There, he sees the creature standing in silhouette about 30 feet away. Its feet molded around the top of a rock several feet from a tree. The creature's body reminds Baxter of a monkey's, except for its dark figure-8-shaped head. Its eyes, two lighter spots in the middle of the head, are looking straight at Baxter, who, after a few minutes, begins to feel uneasy. Realizing he has never seen such a creature before, and fearing what it might do next, he backs carefully up the slope, his heart pounding. He then walks very fast down the road to the intersection at Farm Street. There, a couple passing in a car pick him up and drive him home. However, sightings fell off dramatically after these events, and skeptics seem to point out that it's probably just a baby moose.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I've never seen a baby moose in the wild, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that it describes, aside from the long spindly fingers. Yeah, this kind of just sounds like a baby moose.
Like a baby moose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Especially in Massachusetts, like they live up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird that it all happened around Farm Street, but it was probably the same baby moose.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
There was a moose.
Not to take the wind out of the sails, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, if it is a baby moose, you should run.
Fair.
Because that means mama's not far behind.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if y'all know this. Moose are scary.
Yeah, they're terrifying.
They will trample
There's
you.
two things I'm afraid of in the forest.
Death.
It's mountain lions and moose.
Yeah.
Bears, you can kind of figure out what a bear's going to do.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part, but like, I mean, don't take that with, with a grain of salt, by the way. But yeah, like, mountain lions and moose are wildly unpredictable. They're like bison. Like, just don't. You know what? Just be safe, people. Do what I say at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
I learned the cutest fact about bison today.
What's that?
So when they're really happy, they do this thing called pronking, where they'll like jump, and their tail forms like a little like curl.
Aww, pronking.
Yeah, when they're really happy, they pronk.
That's cute.
Isn't that cute?
I really like bison.
That made me really happy.
I like
bison
a lot.
But yeah, please don't try to pet the fluffy cows.
For God's sake, do not.
They will kill you.
Good Lord, they're tanks. They're like rhinos for us. Like they're powerful.
They're massive. They have horns.
And they're mean.
And
here's the thing. They don't hit you and then run.
No.
They gore to death. They keep going. So like, yeah. Anyways, now
and if they don't get you, they'll trample you.
Pronking. I love it.
It's so cute.
Never heard that word before. Now, Coleman, who had investigated both, had this to say. The Enfield horror was my case investigation. It was much different. Like he's a fucking detective.
I know.
It was much different than the Dover Demon, however, and was more likely a combo of a phantom kangaroo, a devil monkey, and swamp ape situation. Don't worry. I'm about to explain.
Great.
Devil monkeys are cryptid primates reported from the United States, described as large baboon-like animals with long tails and pointed ears. That's it. There's not a lot of sightings, but cryptozoologists love pointing at them. It's probably a devil monkey.
Baboons don't have tails.
Baboons do. Mandrills don't.
Oh, you're right.
Wait, no. No, baboons do have tails. They do.
Really?
They do. Listeners, write in if baboons don't have tails.
I got this.
That is utterlyunbelievable@gmail.com. What do we got?
Bananas cause constipation.
They do.
Ha. Yes, they do.
They totally do.
They are not prehensile.
Ah, gotcha. Fun fact. So, that's what a devil monkey is. Cryptozoologists love pointing at them to, like, kind of brush away anything of, it was probably a devil monkey. Let me tell you. There are some cryptids that have, like, quote-unquote, photographic evidence.
Yeah.
There's never been a fucking sighting of a devil monkey.
Course.
Ever.
Of course.
Ever. Right? Sure, there's, like, my own brother let me know that they live close to a zoo, and a lemur got out once, and, like, it was just hanging out in the trees, and it was, like, a fucking crazy thing to see. So I can see that being associated with the devil monkey, but it's just, like, that's just a fucking lemur.
Do you remember in Poland,
yeah, tell the story, yeah.
So, somehow somebody threw a croissant, or a bird got it, dropped it in a tree, I don't fucking know. But a very large croissant made its way into a tree in Poland.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was a cryptid.
Yeah, it's some sort of cryptid. It was a fucking croissant.
It's a fucking croissant.
In a tree.
In a tree.
Yeah, yeah. Swamp apes, also known as the skunk ape or Florida Bigfoot.
Yep.
Which will get its own episode. Not Bigfoot, but swamp apes, because there's a lot of stories of swamp apes. Mostly eyewitness accounts that are hilarious.
Yeah,
because most of them start out with, well, we were a couple beers deep. We smoked a little bit, but we were in our right minds. I know what I saw.
I only had one meth pipe.
I know what I saw.
I know what I saw.
I only had one meth pipe.
Yeah.
Well, good. At least he's parsing himself.
Yeah.
It's a purported ape-like creature said to inhabit the forests and swamps of some southeastern United States, most notably Florida. And my new favorite fucking thing in the world that I learned just like researching this, phantom kangaroos. Probably the oddest thing I've heard yet in American cryptozoology that also somehow has photographic proof.
Okay. Wait, before you get into phantom kangaroos.
Yes.
I learned this thing recently that after you have a child. So, do you know about phantom limb syndrome?
Yes. Yeah.
You can get what's called phantom...
For those of you that don't know, phantom limb is when a person who has lost a limb due to whatever circumstance will still feel the limb
there.
It'll have there pain, and doing things.
It'll itch.
In fact, I had an idea for a short story that a person's phantom limb killed them on and like that. Yeah.
Anyway,
it was like choking them. It's a dumb idea. It's very nightmares and dreamscapes.
If you have a child, if you are a person who can bear children, and you have a child, after that child is born, and it's like an undetermined amount of time, like you can have it forever, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
You get phantom kicks.
Ooh. That's not cool.
So, like, you could, like, 4 years later, you could be, like, minding your own business, know you're not pregnant, and then just be like, I'm having phantom kicks today.
That's scary.
Isn't that wild? But
you got ghost babies.
Yeah, I don't know why, but phantom kangaroos made me think of that.
Fair, yeah. I did not know that could happen. That's awful.
That's a thing that I learned recently. I also learned that if you are pregnant, you can leak amniotic fluid, so that's a cool thing,
that's
too.
Super.
You
know what?
Cool.
You want to talk about fab, fit, and fun.
It's all three, baby. I am live, laugh, loving it.
Yeah. The phantom kangaroo is a strange, out-of-place marsupial that has been reported in many places. It basically looks like a normal kangaroo, except for some reports that it's also a giant kangaroo.
Oh.
Here are a few sightings and events involving them. During the tornado of 1899 in Richmond, Wisconsin, a woman saw a kangaroo leaping across her backyard.
Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
We're in Wisconsin. Shout out Al. What's up? In 1934, a giant kangaroo supposedly killed and ate police dogs in Hamburg, Tennessee.
Wait.
It ate them.
Okay.
ATE.
Okay. I thought you said killed 8.
8 police dogs.
As in...
Killed and ate.
That's not great either.
No. In 1958, Charles Wetzel, no relation.
Dare you beat me to it!
Saw a kangaroo chasing dogs near his cabin home in the Platte River near Grand Island, Nebraska.
Okay.
Leonard Siagi and Michael Byrne, 2 policemen, saw a kangaroo in an alley in 1974. The animal escaped by kicking Siagi in the legs when he tried to handcuff the kangaroo.
What?
These are cops, babe. So, like... In 1978, in Waukesha, Wisconsin, fucking Stephen Avery.
Yep.
2 men took a blurry picture of a kangaroo they saw in a bush. And here's that picture.
Okay, but that does...
That's a wallaby.
Yeah.
It's not a kangaroo, it's a wallaby.
That looks like a...
I know this because I've been obsessed with wallabies since I was a little kid because of Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah.
That's a wallaby.
That's a fucking wallaby.
That's in Wisconsin. So, like, that's what I'm saying is that, and there's a ton of photos of this. So whether or not they're escapes from zoos or...
That's the most likely.
Yeah, probably. But the 1899 one makes no sense whatsoever.
Not necessarily.
During a fucking tornado.
Okay, the tornado part, maybe. Like, if it is in a zoo,
they wouldn't release the animals. People back in those days hated everything.
I know.
So it's just like, I say we just lock them in. Let the tornado take it. Charge people $0.25 to watch.
What I'm saying
Sorry.
is if the tornado ripped open all the pens.
Yeah.
And then the animals were like, "Oh, we're free."
I unfortunately didn't do research to see if there was a zoo. I should have, but that's fair. That's fair.
Because I know
alligators get out in Florida during hurricanes.
And we've had weird animals brought over to the States before.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely bizarre to think that someone was like, "I want a kangaroo." Or, I don't know, was like, well...
That's fair. Okay. No, actually, that's totally fair.
Yeah.
But it's just weird that there are enough sightings of kangaroos that people are like, it's a fuck. It's
that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's enough to where there's a Wikipedia page, a long one dedicated to it.
Yeah, that part is weird.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
In 1981, Ray Alt was tending to a sheep flock when a huge kangaroo came bounding past. God, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
In 1999, a woman named Lois Eckerd saw a big animal jump by cows on a farm in Wellman, Iowa. All of these in the Midwest, by the way.
Yeah, that part is weird.
Yeah. In 2000, there were 4 sightings of a 6-foot-tall kangaroo eating leaves in Lewisham, London.
I know they can be tall.
Yeah.
Because,
they're very tall.
I didn't realize that before, but,
they're gigantic rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After reading some, encounters and, seeing videos from people, just living their life in Australia, and then they're just like, fucking kangaroos over here, great.
Yeah.
So, I've learned that they can be huge.
Right. In 2013, in Oklahoma, a kangaroo was reportedly recorded by hunters in a field. The video was published on the website YouTube. I don't know why I wrote it like that. On the website YouTube. Sorry. And prompted speculation that the animal may be a pet kangaroo who went missing in the state just over a year earlier.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But still, phantom kangaroos are a thing.
That's wild.
Kind of.
Can we ad break?
Yes.
I'm really sorry. I can't hold it any longer. Welcome back to Allie's bladder is the size of a pea, and there is literally something that weighs about a pound constantly pushing on it.
That's fair. Yeah, not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Back to the Enfield horror.
Sorry, my kid.
No, that's actually written. You chose a perfect time for an ad break. After all the phantom kangaroo talk. So, investigators have suggested that the monster was associated with a spat of UFO sightings that allegedly plagued the region during the same period. And those with a more supernatural bent have asserted that this beast,
a burden,
with its tendencies to be aggressive towards humans and to try to break into their homes, have all the earmarks of a classic demon attack.
Physics not amused.
This would not be the first time it has been suggested that there's an apparent extraterrestrial/occult connection. While the phenomenon are not directly related, the primary witness in the Northport Devil case, Michael Rowley, a Vietnam veteran and his son living in Northport, Florida, the story goes that they were virtually trapped in their home following a series of terrifying encounters with red-eyed, cloven-hoofed, flying beings, tall gray men, dragons, and lizard-like creatures. This was in 2009, by the way. He also claims that the creatures that have been skulking around the house he shares with his son in West Florida community are both extraterrestrial and demonic in origin, making them, in fact, aliens from hell.
No.
No?
No.
No? Oh.
I don't think that's how that works.
No. It should be also noted that between the years of 1941 and 1942, in the sleepy village of Mount Vernon, less than 40 miles away from Enfield, there was a similar spat of encounters involving an anomalous leaping beast that terrorized the local populace and was reputably responsible for numerous animal deaths in the region. Eyewitnesses claimed that the Mount Vernon monster was vaguely baboon-like, hence the devil monkey analogy, and able to leap 20 to 40 feet in a single bound, just like Spring Heel Jack, which is an episode. It is possible that the Enfield horror, whatever it may be, is working on a 30-year cycle, While there are no reputable accounts of the creature coming from the 21st century, one cannot entirely count out the possibility that the thing is a long-slumbering anatomical oddity that rears its head every so often to feed on animals and terrify locals. Or, stranger yet, an extraterrestrial that only stops by for a bite every so often when it's in this neck of the galaxy.
Or it's just a really messed up Maine Coon.
Yeah. See, that's the sad part when you start really thinking about these things. Like, it just... Yeah. So, in 1978, researchers at Western Illinois University, headed by David L. Miller, investigated and analyzed this incident, publishing it as a case study in Social Contagion. The researchers found that there were no more than 3 first-hand reports that had subsequently been exaggerated by news stories and local gossips
Surprise.
into an epidemic. According to this study, in the area of southern Illinois, it is not unreasonable to assume Mr. M or the radio news team had actually seen Mr. McDaniel had actually seen an animal. People we interviewed framed the recent events in these terms. Their accounts admitted that the possibility that large dogs, calves, bears, deer, and wildcats have been sighted. Some frames suggest that it's an exotic pet, such as an ape or a kangaroo.
Oh, wowdy.
Was the catalyst for the monster reports. Finally, some people tactfully suggested that Mr. M had a notoriously overactive imagination and had probably been shooting at shadows. It should also be noted that Mr. M had been drinking that night.
Yeah, oh, big surprise.
How about that? In any event, we interviewed only one person who agreed with Mr. McDaniel's claim that he had indeed seen a monster from outer space. This study is also cited many times as a great example of social contagion, that making it a weirdly valid, claim, actually, which is super fun, this weird little story. But whatever this creature is, or is not, it has not been reported in almost 40 years. That, however, does not mean that it's still not lurking in the shadows of some old train yard, waiting to return to scratch on another door in the wee hours of the night. And that's our story on the Enfield Horror.
I liked it.
Thank you, as well as some other small ones.
Yeah.
The Dover Demon and stuff like that, which is just probably a baby moose. But, still. I mean, we could go on for hours about what cryptids could be. Yeah, and, I thought this was super fun. I'm super glad that this is our first cryptid episode.
Yeah.
Real cryptid episode.
Yeah.
God, it's only an hour in, too. Nice, short and sweet. Thank you very much for letting me do an episode, sweetie.
Of course.
Super fun, and I kind of want to keep it light, while we're getting into the spooky months, because I don't think we have anything quite planned yet, but I would like to do some special things for Halloween.
Yeah, same.
Or at least the month of October, right?
Same. We'll probably have to record them next month.
Yes,
just because we're so busy.
That's the idea.
Yep. Okay. Well, before I get into some news stories,
that's right. We switch it whenever
we switch it. I read a story in our local paper today that just had me losing my shit, and I just felt like I had to share it. It literally killed me. So, 15 years ago, this guy put a law through, and it passed, where he was like, you have to register all Huckleberry products as being certified, they have to be wild.
Yes.
You have to register your Huckleberry patches, a huge thing. They were like, we don't want
it's a very Montana,
Idaho Huckleberry, which Idaho is the only state to actually have Huckleberry listed as their official fruit.
Really?
We don't actually have anything listed.
I would assume flathead cherries would be ours.
Oh, I think maybe it is flathead cherries, but I don't know. I associate Montana with huckleberries, but that's just me. But yeah, so there's this law where if you make anything with huckleberries, it has to be registered, official huckleberry. You have to register where your patches are, all of these things.
No, huckleberries are our state fruit.
Well,
oh, no. Excuse me. Huckleberries are an official state fruit, just not in Montana. While huckleberries are the official state fruit of Idaho, as you said, They are the unofficial state fruit of Montana. Well, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, Montana does not have a state fruit.
Yep. Didn't think so.
No.
But so this guy was like, yeah, you need to like do all this stuff for this law. Well, in 15 years, no one's fucking done it.
Okay.
And the reason no one's done it is because he wants them to register their huckleberry patches. I don't know if you know anything about
Honey holes is what they're called.
Yeah.
And it's very secretive and very special.
Very secretive, very special. I have knowledge of 2 of the several family ones.
Yep, they're located in. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I'm not telling you.
I know.
We should go sometime though. George and Jan would love to take you.
I would love to hang out with George and Jan.
Yeah, but yeah, no, like it's like you know how people are about like their morale locations.
Yeah.
It's even tighter lipped.
Gosh.
So there are areas I know that are public that you can find them very easily. I'm not going to name where those are.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time hiking with Mom, and I found a bunch because I spent my entire childhood picking huckleberries. Like, I know what they look like. Like, I mean, I could feel the plant
Yeah,
leaf.
you found one while we were camping. And,
Yeah.
like, immediately, this is a huckleberry. And I told you, you're not allowed to eat that until you can absolutely identify it.
I know, he made me really mad that I wasn't allowed to eat a huckleberry.
You're pregnant. I don't care if you're 100% sure that it is a huckleberry. You cannot grab random things from the forest and eat them.
Huckleberry?
Not with our son in your body. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Huckleberry. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
okay, I just haven't had a
You
friend.
understand where my concern comes from, right?
I understand where your concern came from.
I read the book Hatchet at a young age. Like,
I
it
haven't had
scares me on eating
fresh
random fruit.
Huckleberry in years. Anyway, there was this one time I'm hiking with Mom, and I found a couple patches because we were hiking, and I was like, "Holy fuck, Mom, look at this!" And she's like, "Oh my god, yeah." And I had finished my water bottle. My water bottle was empty, and so I was like, "Well, I know what I'm doing." And I'm just picking berries and sticking them in my water bottle.
Picking
and
berries.
This gal was like, "Oh, Concord grapes, huh?" And I was like, "You betcha! That's what these are. They're not worth their weight in gold. Concord grapes. Gross. You stay away."
Yeah. So what was the police report
Back
with this?
up. But so they're just abolishing this law because nobody's registering their huckleberry patches to follow the law.
Yeah, makes sense. That's funny.
So it just cracked me. I just think that this guy did it because he's like, "I'm going to get all these huckleberry patches.
Yeah,
it's gonna
probably.
suck for them." And then everybody was like, "No, fuck you.
Yeah, absolutely not.
I'm not doing that." But yeah, so it tickled me. Okay, let me. So they found a shipwreck in a sea cave off of the coast of Oregon.
Ooh.
So for centuries, mysterious blocks of beeswax and Chinese porcelain have
Goonies are good enough.
washed up on the Oregon coast, leading to legends of pirates, treasure, sunken Spanish galleons. It became known as the beeswax wreck. That is really hard to say.
Taffy butt.
It inspired centuries of treasure hunters, including probably Steven Spielberg,
Absolutely.
i.e. the Goonies.
I could believe it. That movie makes me want to move to Astoria.
They finally found this wreck. So there's all this talk about this wreck, but that no one's ever been able to locate it.
Yeah.
And they found it. It's nearly 330 years old. Or they found wood from the ship anyway, and it's in a really hard to access cave off of the northern Oregon coast. And so a team of volunteer archaeologists are trying to solve the most endearing mystery of the Pacific Northwest using old school detective skills and one well-timed natural disaster.
Oh.
So they're just trying to
Fun stuff.
get into this actual
Taffy butt.
yeah.
Daddy was right about the treasure in the butt.
They're like, yep, this wreck exists. We just can't get to it.
Fun.
So they're trying to.
That's cool.
Yeah. In Poland, in Warsaw, an 81-year-old Danish woman traveling from Africa to Canada was arrested at the Warsaw airport on suspicion of illegal possession. I want you to guess of what she had.
Oh, let's see. I bet you it was just an inhaler.
Heroin.
Oh, that's a lot bigger.
Worth over $500,000.
That's a lot of heroin.
That's so much
That's an
heroin.
awful lot of heroin.
Customs officers at the Frederick Chopin airport decided to check the woman's luggage Sunday after becoming suspicious of her itinerary and uneasy behavior.
Huh.
Packages with 5 kilograms, which is 11 pounds, of heroin were discovered under a false bottom in her suitcase.
Wow. Okay.
So she was traveling from Malawi and Kenya through Doha and Warsaw and denied any wrongdoing and saying that family members had given her the suitcase with gifts for relatives in Canada. She was detained. Hold on. She was detained for 3 months, and prosecutors have opened an investigation. Under Polish law, she faces up to 15 years in prison for illegal possession of narcotics. Denmark officials confirmed that a Danish citizen was detained in Poland and that the ministry is providing consular assistance.
Jeez.
But can you believe 81?
That's so much. That's... Oh, wait. Her age?
She's 81.
I missed that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What a mule. Holy fuck. I bet she's really good.
Yeah.
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 I've been doing
So-
it forever.
Yeah. 11 pounds.
Yeah, she's Polish?
No, she's Danish.
She's Danish.
She got caught
going-
in Poland.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After they were... After all the cops were done investigating screen doors and submarine murders,
Yeah.
fucking they came over and caught her.
Well, they said she was wigging out. So,
Yeah.
With 11 pounds of heroin. Wow. So, I think you're going to love the title of this one.
Okay.
It's called Muggy Business Behind 911 Call from California Zoo.
Ooh.
San
I love a good animal story.
Obispo, California.
San Luis Obispo, yeah.
Okay. Cops usually have a prime suspect. In this case, it's a primate suspect.
Oh, they're having fun.
The San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office believes it was a little capuchin monkey that called 911
Capuchin monkeys are so cute.
from the zoo last Saturday. So this happened last weekend.
Gotcha. Oh, wow. Cool.
So this one's really recent. The call disconnected and dispatchers tried to call and text back, but there was no response. So deputies were sent to investigate. The address turned out to be the zoo. It's called Zoo to You
Aww.
near Paso Robles. And deputies found the person or thing that they thought had made the call. They finally deduced that a capuchin monkey named Route had apparently picked up the zoo's cell phone, which was in a golf cart that they used to move around the property.
Uh-huh.
So somebody had because sometimes businesses will have this is the work cell phone.
Yeah.
So it was in there, and the monkey, they're very inquisitive. They'll grab anything, and he just started pushing buttons.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And he called 911.
Hey, he was just trying to order some nice pants from Banana Republic. He accidentally dialed eek, ook, ook, and then the cops come. You know, what are you gonna do?
Yep.
I thought I was hilarious, but
I
okay.
liked the Banana Republic. That
Thank
was
you.
good.
Thank you. That's super fucking fun.
Yeah.
God, I love that.
Drunk woman drove golf cart on Florida highway.
Well, how about that?
In Titsuville?
Titusville.
It
Titsville.
looks like Titsuville.
It does, but it's Titusville.
Well, that's boring.
Titsville.
Titsville, USA.
Titsville.
A woman with an open bottle of Jack Daniels whiskey in a bag was arrested for driving a golf cart on Florida's busiest interstate while drunk, according to the arrest report.
Fucking woman after my own heart.
The
Holy shit.
58-year-old woman was arrested Saturday night.
58? That's a grown-ass woman.
On the shoulder of Interstate 95. She's now facing misdemeanor charges of disorderly intoxication in a public place and resisting an officer without violence.
You don't know. You don't have enough to put me away.
According to the Florida Highway Patrol report, a semi-truck driver spotted the woman driving in a golf cart in the center lane of Interstate 95
Jesus Christ.
in Beverly County, which is the heart of Florida's Space Coast.
Oh.
The truck driver advised she observed the driver of the golf cart passing out while driving.
You know, the highway hypnosis. I've been driving too long.
So this truck driver is very skilled.
Yeah.
The truck driver...
Most truck drivers are.
Okay, but listen to this. The truck driver used her semi to steer the golf cart to the shoulder of the interstate, troopers said.
Cool.
Once on the shoulder, the truck driver grabbed the keys to the golf cart as the woman tried to drive away.
Oh my god. Okay. Step on it. And she's just blasting Bad Company by Bad Company off the album Bad Company.
Once troopers arrived at the scene, the woman started...
Bad Company.
The woman started arguing with them and insisted she needed her bag. Inside the bag, troopers found an open bottle of Jack Daniels Tennessee Fire Whiskey.
Oh, it was the cinnamon too? I have a theory, man. Like, things go really wrong when the cinnamon whiskey comes out. I've seen people lose their minds on Fireball.
I think it's because the extra sugar.
It's the extra sugar. Yeah, sugar and booze aren't a good mix because it's dehydrating you twice as much. I think there's just something in cinnamon that just hits people weird.
I don't know. I fucking love cinnamon, dude.
Yeah.
I'll show you the
cinnamon oil specifically.
Picture after I read this headline.
Because God, fucking whenever I would get like cinnamon back when I vaped, which don't vape, kids, it's fucking stupid. You look like an idiot, and you smell bad. Fucking whenever I would get like the cinnamon kind, I remember just always being mad.
Yeah.
And, like Brian too. Brian
oh my
felt
god,
the same
your
way,
brother was definitely the same way.
Yeah.
Guard cat credited with...
If you're a biochemist and you know the answer to that, please write in at utterlyunbelievable@gmail.com. That's utterly spelled with 2 D's.
Guard cat credited with preventing would-be robbery.
Excuse me?
Hey, just a picture.
Oh my god, it's a little tortie!
It's a little tortie! Mississippi man
Hero of the week. Let's hear this.
Mississippi man said his pet cat helped prevent a robbery at his home. And he credits his calico with possibly saving his life.
Aww. So it's a female, huh?
Her name is Bandit.
Bandit?
A 20-pound.
Oh, she's hefty.
She's about the same size as Fezzik.
She's a healthy girl.
Which would be 9.1 kilograms.
God damn.
Right? Which is, I didn't realize that's what Fezzik's weight was until someone said it that. But it's like, yep.
Yep, that's Fezzik's weight in Doctor Who units.
Yep. Lives with her retired owner, Fred Everett. Dr. Hoonitz? Fred Everett in the Tulopial suburb of Belden. When at least 2 people tried to break into their shared home last week, the cat did everything she could.
I so appreciate that the article explicitly states that the owner shares a home with his cat. That's so lovely.
I know.
God, well, I don't know if y'all know this, listeners. We're cat people, and so like that's just fun.
Yeah.
God, that's fun. I'm an animal person, but like we explicitly have a cat. Fezzik, you've heard him jingle jangle all around.
You've heard him meow. He's meowed a couple times.
Yep.
There's a picture of him on our Instagram.
He's a very cute boy.
He's a very good boy. He's so handsome.
Mm-hmm.
Bandit did everything she could.
Name is Mr. Jim Business.
To alert Everett to the danger. Everett said, "You heard of guard dogs. This is a guard cat."
You know, okay, so we
joke about this all the time.
Well, no, because it happened. So, So we lost our keys floating because
it was a
we were
kerfuffle.
not the thing that was carrying all the keys.
The dry bag.
Unfortunately, we kept all the keys together, which was a bad idea. Like everybody has told us that, like, really, that's a terrible idea. So lesson learned. Lesson fucking learned.
Yep.
You have to learn it the hard way sometimes. We did.
We did.
We're not doing that ever again. So I didn't have like a house key for a little bit, and or there was only one. There was only
one.
There was two. There was two house keys. You had
Mine.
one of them. I had the other, and
so we
I
had
locked
three.
myself out of the house.
Oh, yeah. We had 3, and
Yeah.
then we lost one, and so my parents had the other. They had to give it to us.
Yes.
But then we had a neighbor kerfuffle, and
Yeah.
Chad accidentally locked himself out of the house.
Because I naturally just lock the door when I walk out of the house.
Yeah.
And I usually have my keys on me at all times.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason, I did not have my keys in my pocket.
Yeah.
I think I changed pants or something. Then I heard a knock on the door and I came out.
Probably, yeah.
So I think that's what it was because I had just gotten done mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I locked myself out of the house. And, like, I'm just like, you know what? I bet I could just, like, pop the screen on one of these windows and just crawl in. So I tried doing that. Fezzik lost his fucking mind. It was just like, who the fuck are you getting into this house?
Yeah, he
started hissing, got really big, and like got up towards the window.
Yeah,
and so I just closed the window. I was like, I'll just wait for Allie to come home. So 100% I believe that this could happen.
Yeah.
Because Fezzik did that. It's why I'm kind of not totally worried about having a security system, because Fezzik will fuck them up. Our cat he's not a fat cat.
No,
he's a
huge.
very big cat. He's
He
like a
lives up to-
smaller Maine Coon.
He lives up to the name.
Yeah, Fezzik.
Yeah.
And, like, he's, unfortunately has fear-based aggression, because he was very badly neglected and abused when he was a kitten.
Yeah.
Which is sad because we got him at pretty young,
6
too.
weeks, too.
So he was abused
For the first six weeks
of
his life
poor
were
little
such
life.
torturous that he has fear-based aggression.
Yeah, he's great with us, but
Yeah.
not so much with strangers.
Yeah, he does not like people he doesn't know.
Explicitly men.
Yeah.
And, so he does not, like, bat and run away like a scaredy cat. He will fucking keep going at you.
He puffs up
God.
and he screams.
Yeah, and, like, it's very intimidating.
It's very scary.
And so, like, anyway, so yeah, I fervently believe that, like, if we had somebody break into the house, Fezzik would fuck them
their
up.
shit up, yeah.
Honestly, like, because
yeah.
I've seen him we've seen him attack things, and
Yeah.
it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, or almost attack things.
Yeah.
That time he got out once. He
Not
was
once,
about
it was
to
twice. It
he
was
was
the same
week.
week.
He was about to murder that other cat.
He Hulk Hogan himself out of the fucking window.
Yeah, he blasted through a fucking screen. It's fucking cool. Anyways, so that's fun. What a hero.
Yeah, so good for Bandit. The attempted robbery. Also, I just love her name is Bandit because my childhood dog's name was Bandit.
Aw. You had a Boston Terrier named
Yeah.
Bandit because of Johnny Quest.
Yeah, we wanted to name him Oreo, but we got vetoed.
Ugh, lame.
Rob's fault. But I miss that.
I love the name Bandit, though, even though it
No.
came from a shitty person.
Yeah, I miss that fart monster.
Oh.
So the attempted robbery occurred sometime between 2:30 and 3 a.m. on July 25th, Everett said. He was first awoken by Bandit's meows in the kitchen. Then she raced into the bedroom, jumped onto the bed, and began pulling the comforter off of him.
Aww.
And clawing
Hey,
at his
bro, fucking
broken
get on.
jaw. Everett said he knew immediately something was wrong. She'd never done that before.
Yeah, that'd be weird behavior for any cat.
He was like, "What is wrong with you?" Everett got up to investigate, and he saw two young men outside his back door. One had a handgun, and the other was using a crowbar to try and pry the door open, he said.
Oh, Jesus.
Everett said by the time he retrieved a handgun himself and returned to the kitchen, the would-be intruders had already fled.
Wow.
Everett told the newspaper he did not call the police. He said the situation could have been different without Bandit. He said it did not turn into a confrontational situation, thank goodness, but I think it's only because of the cat.
Yeah.
And he has had Bandit for 4 years, and he adopted her from his local humane
Oh,
society.
well, good. We fucking stand in adoption.
Yeah.
Yeah, please adopt your pets, people.
One, spay and neuter your pets.
Ooh, spay and neuter your pets.
And
Number two,
two,
your local humane society always has pets that need good homes.
Always.
And
always.
also,
Well, they're
old cats are good cats.
They need homes.
They
too.
need homes desperately. If Fezzik wasn't so aggressive,
Oh my god,
we
I
would definitely be like fostering older cats until their dying days.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's
In
kind of
a
how I want to
heartbeat.
retire. It's just giving old cats
Giving
like a
senior
comfortable
cats
home.
The
Yeah.
twilight years.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually like one of my retirement plans.
Yeah. I would cry. Okay. Last story. I picked this one because it's really relatable for me.
Yeah.
And I think you will understand this. Utah man accused of causing wildfire by burning a spider.
Okay, all right. My mind is racing. Let's hear this.
A Utah man has been arrested on accusations he started a wildfire while trying to burn a spider with his lighter. I also love that rhymes.
Yeah.
Corey Allen Martin, 26, told deputies that he spotted the spider Monday while he was... Oh, okay. See, this is not... Okay. I do not like spiders in my home.
Yeah.
We literally have an episode of Udderly where Chad has to... We pause the episode...
Because I have to go get a
Because
spider.
Chad has to go get the spider and put it outside.
Yeah.
I am okay with them living, but they can't be in my house.
And I'm a big believer in spiders are friends and friendly and
I get
are
that.
actually a very necessary thing
I
for an
know.
ecosystem.
I get
so I
that.
don't kill them. I personally do not kill spiders. I will pick them up and
Yeah.
move them.
And
More often than not, the spiders that are in your homes are non-venomous.
I know.
More often, I say that depends on where you live.
There are
Black
exceptions.
widows, hobo spiders, and brown recluses
Which
have
we
been
have
known to come into houses.
All three.
We do not have brown recluses. We have hobo spiders.
I thought we had brown recluses.
We do not. At least not in this area, in this part of the state.
Okay.
We do have hobo spiders that
I
look
know.
identical.
Oh, I know, because my first apartment had them.
Yep, I grew up in a basement bedroom, and I would just feel something on my arm, rip open my covers, and there were spiders in my bed. A lot. Fun fact, hobo spiders cannot climb walls. They can only climb on fabric. Yeah.
Anywho, so this is where I no longer resonate with this because if Chad's not home, that's the only reason spiders die in this house.
That's fair. That's
Because
fine.
I can't.
I don't expect you to. It's okay.
I can't.
I like spiders. I like holding big old tarantulas. Ranchos, as I call them.
I am okay with their existence, especially outside,
I think ranchos are cute. They got little eyes.
because outside is where they live, and that's not fair for me to kill them in their home.
Have you? I'm sure you've scrolled right past them on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
But have you seen the one with it's the lady who just raises little tiny jumping spiders?
She doesn't even show up on my feed.
Dude,
Nope.
fucking, they're so cute.
Nope.
Because
I
they
know-
only got like 4 eyes, and they're like so compact that you can't really see their legs move. So they just sort of vibrate across the floor.
Chuck Wendig is constantly trying to convince the internet that they're cute.
Jumping
and
spiders are adorable,
this is one of the few things
and they have really big personalities.
that I disagree with
They're
him on.
super smart.
And it's no.
I always confuse Chuck Wendig for Chuck Tingle.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm always like really confused when
No.
you say like, yeah, Chuck Wendig like commented on it. I was like, what?
No. Chuck Tingle doesn't really have an internet presence.
No.
Chuck Wendig, on the other hand, does, and I love him.
Yeah, wrote some of the best new canon Star Wars books in my opinion.
Some of his new horror apparently is phenomenal.
He's a good author, and he lives in Montana.
No,
I thought he did.
he lives on the East Coast.
Oh, never
You're
mind.
thinking of
Chuck Tingle.
Chuck Tingle.
Yeah,
He apparently lives in Billings.
yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly. So Corey Allen Martin, 26, told deputies he spotted the spider Monday while he was hiking in the area of the foothills south of Salt Lake City near the city of Springville.
Well, that answers my question. I bet you this was outside.
Yeah.
What an idiot!
What
All
an
right,
idiot.
cool.
Shows probable cause statement. He acknowledged starting the fire, but didn't explain why he was trying to burn the spider. Deputies found a jar of marijuana in his belongings.
Well, okay.
He
That
didn't-
doesn't mean anything. Last Prisoner Project, fucking yeah.
He didn't appear to be high,
Okay.
said Utah County Sheriff's Sergeant
Oh,
Spencer
he was found
Cannon.
with pot in Utah.
Uh-huh.
Oof, buddy.
There is no evidence
Yeesh.
to suggest he intentionally started the blaze, said Cannon, but he called it reckless and puzzling.
Oh gosh.
This area and most of Utah are bone dry amid extreme drought conditions. What led him to stop and notice the spider, and then decide to burn it? We don't know, Cannon said. There might not be a why. He might not even know why.
Mm-hmm.
Martin was arrested on suspicion of reckless burn and possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Court documents show he is in the Utah County Jail Tuesday. Nearly $2,000 bail. It is unknown if he had an attorney. The wildfire quickly spread up the mountain and had burned less than 1 square mile. I don't know how long ago this was, but no homes have been damaged so far. I don't know if they even put it
The
out.
wildfire's still going, allegedly?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the fire. So
What a dipshit. Yeah.
How you doing?
While I don't think anybody should ever be arrested for fucking something that grows out of the ground like pot, Last Prisoner Project, look it up.
Yep.
The idea is to get prisoners out of prison who are currently incarcerated for drug-based nonviolent offenses.
A lot of them are black males.
Yeah, a lot of them are black males, and a lot of them are in states that have recreational weed. So it is such a fucking weird ass.
Well, it's just like such a fuck you.
Yeah, it's a race. Yeah. The entire.
It's also a race problem.
The criminal justice
is a
problem
race,
in America.
The
It's just-
criminal justice system is a race problem.
Yeah, it is.
Let's be real.
It's an extension of the 14th Amendment. But
Yeah.
anyways, well, that guy's a fucking dipshit.
Yeah.
I was wondering,
I
how do you
read
start
it-
a wildfire from your home? And it's just like, well, he wasn't home.
He wasn't home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it and I was like, okay, this feels a little targeted because everybody teases me and it's like, you're going to burn your house down one day trying to kill a spider.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, kill it with fire. I've learned bleach is a better tool.
Oh, God. That's cruel.
Well,
But I understand why. I want to put bleach in a whale's mouth. Anyways, I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just afraid of whales. I don't hate them.
I know.
So anyways, that has been our episode. We
Yep.
should hopefully be back, if not next week, the week after. I think, committing to every other week at the very least is doable.
yeah, we can go back to, I mean, that was what our usual schedule was.
Yeah,
I
you got pregnant.
got pregnant.
Things
and
got crazy.
Then I was very sick.
The winter is also super easy for us to podcast, so
yeah, well, but also my schedule changed really drastically, and it made it really
back to
hard.
normal,
and now I'm going
bitch.
back to normal 8 to 5s, so I'm gonna have actual like time again. Which who's she?
Who is she?
Who is she?
Yeah. So yeah, we should be coming back pretty on the reg. So yeah. As always, please tell your friends about us. Please share these podcasts with your friends.
Sharing is caring.
Follow us on Instagram at Utterly Unbelievable. That's
I'm getting better about the Instagram again.
2Ds. 2Ds. I made the I typed in Utterly spelled with T's, and we don't pop up. So we gotta really stress that it's the 2Ds, folks. And no, we're not rebranding because I love the name Utterly Unbelievable.
Nope.
So, but with that, also, please, if you have any of your own stories, encounters with ghosts, sex cryptids, sex monsters, ghost gave you a hand job.
Send me your fucking ghost stories.
Send me your fucking ghost feet pics.
I want to be scared.
100%. Please email us at utterlyunbelievable@gmail.com.
That's it.
Just like with last week, we read an episode. We read from that. Next week, I will be reading a listener email that was sent in,
Woo!
and it's a ghost story.
Woo!
I know. I know.
He didn't even tell me this,
I
so
didn't,
I'm learning
no.
about this live.
Yeah, so spoiler alert for next week. It's fun. So anyways, it's also fun just to get fucking emails from listeners.
Right.
So yeah, please email us at utterlyunbelievable@gmail.com. Again, that's with 2Ds, just like a cow's udders.
It's on the gram,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, and also check out our sister podcast, Cow Juice Movies. It's a once weekly movie review series that I do with two of my closest friends. And other than that, not really much. You got anything, Allie?
No,
No?
stay cool. It's fucking hot.
Please send us stories so that we can do a creepypasta episode in October.
Drink your fucking water.
Yep. Drink water. You know what, everybody? Be safe out there.
See you fuckers.